There's nothing quite like the taste of a homegrown tomato, warm from the sun and bursting with flavor. But getting those perfect juicy fruits isn't always easy, is it? From choosing the right variety to understanding their needs, a little bit of knowledge can go a long way. So, if you're ready to transform your tomato growing experience, join me as we dig into 5 essential tips that will help you cultivate a truly bountiful harvest. Let's get started, shall we? Now, any gardener worth their salt knows that healthy plants begin with healthy soil, and tomatoes are no exception. These vibrant, juicy fruits need the right conditions to flourish, and it all starts with the soil. Think of the soil as the foundation of your tomato plant's home. Just as a house needs strong underpinnings, your tomatoes need nutrient-rich, well-draining soil to truly thrive. Without the right soil, even the best seeds and the most diligent care won't yield the results you're hoping for. Before you even think about planting, take the time to get to know your soil. This means understanding its texture, composition, and nutrient content. Is it heavy clay, sandy, or somewhere in between? Each type has its own characteristics and challenges. Clay soil, for instance, holds water well, but can become compacted, while sandy soil drains quickly, but may not retain nutrients. Tomatoes prefer a slightly acidic soil, around pH 6.0 to 6.8, so it's a good idea to test your soil and amend it accordingly. You can use a simple pH testing kit to determine your soil's acidity and make the necessary adjustments. Now, one of the best things you can do for your tomato soil is to add plenty of organic matter, like well-rotted compost or manure. This not only enriches the soil, but also improves its structure and water-holding capacity. Think of it as giving your soil a good hearty meal. The organic matter acts like a sponge, holding onto moisture and nutrients that your tomato plants can access as they grow. This organic matter improves drainage, adds essential nutrients, and encourages beneficial microbial life. These microbes play a crucial role in breaking down organic material and making nutrients available to your plants. When it comes to feeding your tomatoes, I always recommend sticking with natural fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers can provide a quick nutrient boost, but they often come with the risk of buildup and can harm the delicate balance of your soil ecosystem. A slow-release organic fertilizer will provide a steady supply of nutrients throughout the growing season without the risk of chemical buildup. This ensures that your plants get what they need over time, promoting steady, healthy growth. Remember, a healthy soil produces healthy plants, and healthy plants produce an abundance of those delicious sun-ripened tomatoes we all crave. By investing time and effort into preparing your soil, you're setting the stage for a bountiful harvest that will reward you with the freshest, most flavorful tomatoes imaginable. Now let's talk about choosing the right tomato varieties for your garden. This decision can make a significant difference in your gardening success and the flavors you enjoy at your table. It's a bit like choosing your companions on a gardening adventure. You want ones that are well suited to your space and your taste. The right tomato variety can bring joy and satisfaction to your gardening experience. First things first, consider your climate. The environment in which you grow your tomatoes plays a crucial role in their development and productivity. If you live in a cooler region with a shorter growing season, you'll want to choose varieties that mature quickly. Early maturing tomatoes can ensure you get a bountiful harvest before the cold sets in. On the other hand, if you're blessed with long, hot summers, you have a wider range of options, including those that produce fruit well into the autumn. These varieties can take advantage of the extended growing season to produce larger and more abundant crops. Next, think about your available space. The amount of room you have will determine the types of tomatoes you can grow and how many plants you can accommodate. If you have a small garden or even just a sunny balcony, don't despair. There are plenty of options for growing tomatoes in limited spaces. There are plenty of compact tomato varieties like bush tomatoes or patio tomatoes that are perfectly suited to container growing. These varieties are designed to thrive in smaller spaces and can still produce a generous amount of fruit. And of course, the most important factor for many of us is flavor. The taste of a tomato can vary greatly depending on the variety, so it's important to choose ones that you will enjoy eating. Are you a fan of the sweet, juicy burst of a cherry tomato? These small tomatoes are perfect for snacking and adding to salads. Or perhaps you prefer the rich, complex flavor of an heirloom variety. Heirloom tomatoes come in a wide range of colors, shapes, and flavors, each with its own unique taste profile. The good news is, there's a tomato out there for every palate. Whether you like them sweet, tangy, or somewhere in between, you can find a variety that suits your taste. When choosing your tomato plants, don't be afraid to experiment a bit. Trying different varieties can be a fun and rewarding experience. Try a few different varieties and see which ones thrive in your garden and of course on your plate. You might discover a new favorite that you'll want to grow year after year. Happy gardening! Chapter 3. Now, let's talk about watering your tomato plants, a task that often causes confusion for new gardeners. The key here is to water deeply and consistently, rather than giving your plants a quick sprinkle every day. Think of it this way: tomatoes develop deep, extensive root systems and they need a good soaking to encourage those roots to grow down deep into the soil. Shallow watering, on the other hand, encourages roots to stay near the surface, making them more susceptible to drought and heat stress. The best time to water your tomatoes is in the morning, allowing the foliage to dry out during the day. This helps to prevent fungal diseases, which thrive in damp conditions. And here's a tip I've learned over the years. Mulching around your tomato plants with a layer of organic matter, like straw or wood chips, works wonders. Not only does it help to suppress weeds, but it also helps to retain moisture in the soil, reducing the need for frequent watering. Remember, consistent watering is key to healthy tomato plants and a bountiful harvest. Chapter 4. Now let's move on to pruning and staking, two techniques that can significantly impact the health and productivity of your tomato plants. Pruning might seem a bit counterintuitive at first. Why remove parts of a plant you're trying to grow? Well, when it comes to tomatoes, a little bit of strategic pruning can actually encourage bushier growth and a more abundant harvest. You see, tomatoes have a tendency to produce side shoots, or suckers, that grow between the main stem and the branches. While these suckers might look promising, they often divert energy away from fruit production. Staking your tomato plants provides essential support, especially as they grow taller and heavier with fruit. There are various methods you can use, from individual stakes to cages or trellises. Not only does staking make harvesting easier, but it also improves air circulation around the plants, reducing the risk of fungal diseases. Remember, pruning and staking are all about working with your tomato plants to create the best possible conditions for healthy growth and a bountiful harvest. Chapter 5. Now, even with the best care, tomato plants can sometimes fall victim to pests and diseases. These issues can range from minor annoyances to serious threats that can compromise the health and yield of your plants. Understanding the common pests and diseases that affect tomato plants is the first step in managing them effectively. But don't worry, there are plenty of natural and effective ways to protect your plants without resorting to harsh chemicals. Natural pest control methods are not only safer for the environment but also for you and your family. They help maintain the ecological balance in your garden, ensuring that beneficial insects and microorganisms thrive. One of the best ways to prevent pests and diseases is to create a healthy growing environment. This involves ensuring that your plants have the right nutrients, water, and sunlight. Healthy plants are more resilient and better able to withstand attacks from pests and diseases. Proper spacing between plants, for example, improves air circulation, making it more difficult for fungal diseases to take hold. Good air circulation helps to keep the foliage dry, which is crucial in preventing fungal infections like blight and mildew. Additionally, it makes it easier to spot any early signs of trouble. Rotating your crops each year is another effective strategy. Crop rotation helps to prevent the buildup of pests and diseases in the soil. By changing the location of your tomato plants each season, you disrupt the life cycles of pests and diseases that might be lurking in the soil, reducing the chances of reinfestation. This helps to disrupt the life cycles of pests and diseases that might be lurking in the soil. Healthy soil is the foundation of a healthy garden. Regularly adding organic matter such as compost can improve soil structure and fertility, making it more difficult for pests and diseases to thrive. When it comes to dealing with pests, prevention is always better than cure. Regularly inspecting your plants allows you to catch any issues early before they become major problems. Look for signs of pests, such as holes in leaves, discolored spots, or the presence of insects. Inspect your plants regularly for any signs of trouble, and take action at the first sign of an infestation. Early intervention can prevent a small problem from becoming a large one. Removing affected leaves or using a strong jet of water to dislodge pests can be effective first steps. If you do find yourself battling pests, there are plenty of organic solutions available, such as insecticidal soap or neem oil. These products are effective against a wide range of pests including aphids, whiteflies, and spider mites. They work by disrupting the pest's life cycles and are safe to use around beneficial insects. These options are effective against a wide range of pests without harming beneficial insects. Beneficial insects, such as ladybugs and lacewings, play a crucial role in controlling pest populations. By using organic pest control methods, you can protect these helpful allies. And remember, a healthy garden is a balanced ecosystem. Encouraging biodiversity in your garden can help to keep pest populations in check. Planting a variety of flowers and herbs can attract beneficial insects and pollinators, creating a more resilient garden. Encourage natural predators like ladybirds and lacewings to take up residence in your garden, and they'll help to keep pest populations in check. Providing habitats such as insect hotels or leaving some areas of your garden wild can support these natural predators. By working with nature, you can create a thriving, healthy garden that is less susceptible to pests and diseases. So there you have it, 5 essential tips to help you grow the most delicious, healthy tomatoes you've ever tasted. Remember, gardening is a journey of learning and discovery, and every season brings new opportunities to connect with nature and enjoy the fruits of your labor. From nurturing your soil to choosing the right varieties, from watering deeply to providing support, and from protecting your plants from pests and diseases, each step plays a vital role in your tomato growing success. Now, it's your turn to put these tips into practice and experience the joy of harvesting your own homegrown tomatoes. Happy gardening!